All right, today's question or comment says, my band members never practice at home. So how do I get my band members, motivated to practice? And motivation's a huge thing. Just trying to inspire our musicians and singers to be more excellent and to try to excel in their instrument. First scripture that comes to mind, I'll throw this out, is Psalm 33:3. It says, play skillfully and shout for joy. I always love that scripture. It just doesn't just say play, play to the Lord. It says play skillfully. So, you could kind of grab a couple of these scriptures and say, okay, guys, over the next 6 months, we're going to get these scriptures and the heart behind these scriptures into our minds and just get motivated to get better on our instruments. Another scripture I love is in 1 Chronicles 25, verse 7. It says, along with their relatives, all of the musicians were trained and skilled in music for the Lord. So they were trained and skilled. There was this ongoing, and implies there's this ongoing process of being trained. And now, on a more practical level, there are so many stories. I remember playing in a band, when I first was married, and we had to play at a wedding band, and so I had to learn about 50, 60 songs, and you pretty much had to know how they went. You had to memorize them. And you come to find out that a lot of pop songs, and the same with worship songs, are pretty easy. They can be broken down into like 4, 5, 6 chords at the most. And then you start picking up patterns. And so at any rate, I just remember us having to practice 4 or 5 nights a week, just memorizing these songs. And just the pleasure of when somebody would say, hey, can you guys play blah, blah, blah? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. Ready, guys? Key of G, 3, 4, boom, 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 ga, boom, 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 ga. And just playing the song. So also casting, I remember, so that band that I was in, when I ended up moving to Texas to go to Last Days Ministries and work with YWAM and so forth, the bass player in my band tried out for this band up in Philadelphia. And their band, you would know their name, but I don't want to say it, but at any rate, he tried out amongst 100 bass players. He got the gig, and immediately they practiced 4 hours in the morning, then they would work out in the afternoon. And they did that for like 3 months straight before they went on like their world tour. And when I saw them a year later in Dallas, I was blown away at how amazing this dude that I played with for years, he was just like, he was just amazing. And it was because they just took it serious, and they said, I'm gonna do this every day. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna get better. We're gonna take care of our bodies. We're gonna work out. And when they went on tour, they were just like a force. And that was just secular music. But it inspired me many years ago to say, man, if they're willing to do that, if they're willing to be that serious about what they do, man, I got to get serious about making music for the Lord. I want to be excellent, as much as I can be. We all can't be a Phil Keaggy, and we can't be some of these people that we aspire, but we can be the best that God's made us to be. And so I just think, man, cast that out to your band, cast the vision and say, what are you guys willing to give up for the next 6 months? Give up watching the news so you can practice, or give up this little hobby or that hobby. So for the next 6 months, we're all going to kick it up a couple notches, and we are going to create a program where we all just work on our stuff and get better and better. So give that a shot.